This presentation will be over Microsoft Office Word version 2007, and it's in preparation for the new deployment at Space Center that will be happening this May. Word 2007 is now installed in all of the library machines at Space Center Intermediate, so if you're looking for a place to practice using it or just to see what it's all about, that'd be a great place to go. All teacher machines will be upgraded on May 27th. When you first open Word 2007, you'll notice there's a new look. This is the ribbon. Most of the changes are found in the ribbon, and it's the area that spans the top of the program. The ribbon brings the most popular commands to the forefront, and the locations of those commands is a little bit more intuitive than it was before. For example, I always struggled with header and footer. I never could figure out what menu it was under. It used to be under the menu view. Now it's been moved to the Insert tab, and that makes more sense to me because I feel like I'm inserting a header or a footer. You can use a ribbon for common actions. For example, you can cut and paste by using the commands on the Home tab, or you could go to the Page Layout tab and set your background color. Getting familiar with the three parts of the ribbon will help you to understand how to use it. Those three parts are tabs, groups, and commands. Let's start with tabs. Tabs are the biggest breakdown of the ribbon. There are 7 basic tabs that appear on the top of the program. Each represents an activity area. We have Home, Insert, Page Layout, References, Mailings, Review, and View. Each tab is divided into groups. For example, the Home tab has the group Clipboard, Font, Paragraph, and more that aren't shown here. Each group lists commonly related commands together. Commands are the smallest part of the ribbon. A command is just a button, a drop-down menu, or a box where you can add and enter information. At first glance, you may not see certain commands from the previous version, but the command is still there. You just have to click on the dialog box launcher. You'll notice at the bottom of each group, we have a little blue arrow. By clicking on this blue arrow, you will launch the dialog box launcher. More options related to that group will appear, and normally in a very familiar looking dialog box that you're used to seeing from previous versions. So if I click on the box next to the little arrow next to Font, I'll see the familiar font formatting toolbar. In the new version of Word, certain tabs will appear, but only when you need them. Say you want to insert a picture, but you want to do more with it. You want to crop it, rotate it, or text wrap it. Where would those commands be found? You don't have to hunt for them. Instead, follow these steps. Number 1, select the picture. Number 2, automatically you'll notice that the picture tools will appear. Click the Format tab, and additional groups of commands will appear for working with pictures. Another great feature of 2007 is the mini toolbar. Say you're working with some text, but you're in the Page Layout tab. You could go to the Home tab and go back and format that text, but there's an easier way. Select the text by dragging your mouse over it, and then point at it with your mouse. You'll notice the mini toolbar will appear. It'll be faded out, but you can click on any of the buttons and actively use this toolbar, and this saves you the time from flipping to another tab. You also have the option to temporarily hide the ribbon. This way you can view more of your text and more of your work area. To do this, double-click on the active tab. To see the commands again, just double-click on the unactive tab, and the whole ribbon will appear again. Okay, let's review what we've gone over so far. If you click on the button pictured below in 2007, what happens? Well, anytime I click on these blue arrows, I'll see additional options, and they'll often appear in a way that I'm used to seeing from the old versions of Word. Question number 2. The mini toolbar will appear if I do which of the following? Well, first I have to select the text and highlight it, but then I just point at it and then a toolbar will appear. I can also right-click on my text and get the options. Okay, one of the most important features of 07 is the change from having the File menu located here to the Microsoft Office button. Now this may look just decorative, but it's actually a very functional button. The Microsoft Office button is now the place to start in Word. From here you can add new files, new pages, you can save, and you can print. Don't forget that when you press it, the menu appears there, and all of the features that used to be available under the File menu are there for you. Let's talk a little bit about formatting. Many familiar formatting commands are in the View on the Home tab in the Font group. So if I want to format my text, I can click on Home. I can go to the Font area, and I can choose any fonts or features like bolding and italicizing. Also, don't overlook the paragraph group. Here you will find the buttons or commands for numbered list and bulleted list, as well as right align, center, and fill options. What about styles? If you're someone who uses styles, you'll see that 07 has provided you with many. You can either choose ready-made styles or apply a style that you've made before. Quick styles are located here. They're professional-looking styles that are quick and easy to apply to your whole document. And they have a new look in this new version. All I would have to do is highlight my text and choose a style by clicking on the styles. And I'll notice if I click on the arrow that there's many more that are available to me. If I want to get really fancy, I can click the dialog box launcher to open up the Styles pane and create my own styles. Another great feature is the Format Painter. This is one I've never used before and I'm really excited about. It looks like a little paintbrush and it's right here on your Home tab. In case you're not familiar with Format Painter, it's a quick way to duplicate the formatting from one section of your text to another. To use the Format Painter, place the cursor in the text or the paragraph whose format you want to copy. Then click the Format Painter button. Then this will copy the format. Then go to the new paragraph and paint over it with the new format. It's a really quick way to get your whole document looking really professionally formatted. And those aren't the only commands that are located on this tab. If you want to go and check out the Insert tab, under Insert, you're going to see the option to insert pictures, clip art, tables, hyperlinks, and headers and footers. But that's not all. You have the option to do word art, text boxes, and insert page numbers. So always remember that Insert tab has a lot of great features for you. Often when you're working with a document, you want to view it from a different perspective. Look in the lower right corner of Office 2007. You have a Zoom toolbar. You can drag the slider to the left or right and quickly view different zoom levels. When you're done with your document, you're ready to do the review process. And one of those review process options is spell check. The spelling and grammar command is located on the Review tab because it's part of reviewing your work. Look towards the far left and you'll see the proofing group of tools. Ready to print? Check your page layout first. Everything you need is on the Page Layout tab. The Page Setup group contains size, orientation, which is where you choose portrait or landscape, and margins. This is also where you set up columns for your work. When you're finally ready to print, you have to remember that Microsoft Office button. Now you've got a lot of options. You can click the Print command and you'll get the Print dialog box, but point the arrow on the right of the Print button and you get 3 additional choices. You can print. This will just be the standard printing where you get to select all your options, including your secure print. Or if you're using your own printer, you could click Quick Print, and this will use all your default settings. And most importantly, this is where Print Preview is located. So let's review a couple more questions. You can apply bulleted list using commands found in which group on which tab? Bulleted commands are located here. They're on the Home tab in the Paragraph group. You can also apply bulleted lists by using the mini toolbar at any time. Question number 4. How do you choose print options in the new version of Word? Remember to use that Microsoft Office button. This is where all of your print options as well as Print Preview are located. Question number 5. What location and what corner of the page is my zoom control? You guessed it, it's the bottom right-hand corner. What about all the documents you've already created in an older version of Word? Word 2007 can open files created in all previous versions of Word. Word opens the older documents in what's called compatibility mode. You know you're in compatibility mode because it's listed next to the title of the document. Because the old file format doesn't understand some of the new features in the new version of Word, those features are either turned off or modified when you're working in compatibility mode. You can convert your old files. With the document open in Word 2007, you just click on the Microsoft Office button and then click Convert on the main menu. This conversion offers the benefits of the new format. It helps create smaller, more secure files and so forth. And it also allows the new features to operate in undiminished capabilities. When you convert your old files, you'll notice that the new file format is .dox. You can always share your documents using a converter. Say your friend John has an older version of Word that came with his Office 2000, but you want to use email to send him your latest document. Will he be able to open it? Yes, but when John clicks on the document, a message that's shown here will appear and ask him if he wants to download a converter. The document John opens won't look exactly the same as the one you made because there are many features in your new version of Word that don't exist in his version. But he'll still be able to open it and he'll be able to work with it and send it back to you. Let's look at a couple more questions. In the title bar of your Word document, it says Marketing Report ... Compatibility mode. What does that mean? It means you can work with the document, but Word will still limit some of the new features. Question number 8, and most important of all questions, where do I go for help? Well, there will be a link in E4 for the rest of the year, and it's right here, and I'm going to show you what it will take you to. This is a great resource, and it'll help you find all the features that you're looking for, and I wish I would have known about it when I did my conversion last year. What you'll see here is that Office has set up a little guide, and if I click Start, it's going to pull up the old version of 2003. And say I'm having a hard time finding a formatting feature. I would go to where I know where it is in the old version, so if I click Format, and I want to know where tabs are located. I click on Tabs, and it's going to pop up an example showing me exactly where tabs are located in the new program. It's a really powerful tool, and instead of driving yourself crazy digging and digging and digging when you're first starting to use the program, this is a quick way to find what you need. I hope you got some good information, and don't forget you need to fill out the survey to get credit for this professional development opportunity.